as a sports fan that wants to be entertained, he's made it more interesting. I'll give you that. As a person that, and this, I'm going to get into this conversation with Royce in detail. As a person that is allegedly modeling behavior that other coaches or other leaders should follow, and this, we've had RG3 and all that. You can be cool and be the coach, and modeling behavior for young black men or just men in general. This is not a good model of leadership. This is not a good model of discipleship. And there are too many kids, because unless you have Deion's talent, running around with Deion swagger looks real foolish on you. And do you know how many people have Deion's talent? One, Deion. And Travis Hunter doesn't have it. Shiloh doesn't have it. Shedeur doesn't have it. He's not going to recruit a player onto the Colorado team that has it. So it just doesn't work. And so all these, and I mean, it gets personal for me. And again, I'll have this conversation with Royce, but there's a bunch of young black boys that are being led to believe, yeah, swagger is what you need. And you need to be over the top and confident and cool, and that's going to move you ahead in life. Humility is what we all need. Grown men, young men, old men, babies in the womb, everybody, they need humility. And so I'll leave it there. And then the other thing that Ryan Clark, but I want to move on. But Ryan Clark, he's entitled to be this way. Entitlement.
Well, okay.
He's entitled. No, he's not. No one's entitled to be that arrogant. I'm just sorry.
Jason,
these are grown people. Ryan Clark's got kids. What? Go ahead.
So you heard what Jason Whitlock had to say. You know, what I'm failing to understand is why Jason is so worked up over Deion Sanders. I don't know why he's getting so worked up over this guy. I don't know why it bothers him so much. I don't understand what his issues are with Deion Sanders wearing glasses and going as far as saying only people that are not serious will have a conversation with their glasses on. I'm like, why does what does his glasses have to do with anything that he's doing as a football coach? I've never seen anything like that. He then goes on to call the man a kid. Jason Whitlock is a very interesting person. He will be insulting someone, but he disguises it as some type of truth. Like, no, it's not that I just insulted you. What I just said was the truth. And if you take it as an insult, you shouldn't, because it's the truth. How can you call a grown man? How old is Deion Sanders? Just let me find out. How old is Deion Sanders? Deion Sanders, how old is he? Deion Sanders looks like he's in his 50s. Deion Sanders is 56 years old. In that audio, he's calling the guy a kid. A 56-year-old man, 4 years away from being 60. He's calling the man a kid. Talking about what he's doing is childish. Talking about the fact that Deion has not shown any progression and maturity over his life, over his lifetime. Are you guys aware that Deion Sanders is a man, a married man, with 5 children? 5 children. This guy is calling a married man with 5 kids a child. He's saying that this guy needs to grow up. He needs to become a professional. What do you mean become a professional? I thought Deion Sanders was already a professional. He started his career as a football coach. As a football player. He played in his 20s. Then as he gets older, he starts getting older. He becomes a father. He gets married. He starts having kids. He starts raising these kids. These kids are now at the point where they're now turning into adults. And then some of them find themselves on the way. Do you know how much of a fantastic job you have to do as a father? to put your children in a position where they could possibly end up being just as successful or even more successful as you. The guy's talking about he's acting like a kid. The man has created a legacy for himself, and he's putting his children in a position to succeed. And you're talking about this. You're talking about Deion Sanders needs to grow up. You know, some of the shows that we've been producing on Jason Whitlock, I've been reading this reoccurring comment, which is a lot of people believe that Jason is jealous of Deion Sanders, that he's jealous of him. And I never paid too much attention to it because it seemed like a generic comment. But the more I think about it, it's either there's some jealousy here or there's some type of resentment that's taking place here. This is beyond football. This is beyond sports. All of these things that are being said are personal. What you didn't see in the video, I mean, the audio that we played, was that in the video, he was actually having physical reactions. Like he was genuinely bothered. Like his head was like this and he was curled up. I mean, he was visibly disturbed at Deion Sanders speaking, his voice, the things that he's doing. And my question is why? You look at a man that is extremely successful, almost successful at anything that he's attempted, at baseball, at football, now with coaching, and you're sitting there finding ways to tear him down, and it begins to make me feel like you're angry that you were not able to attain the level of success that this guy's attained. This sounds like a flat-out hater. It sounds like a flat-out hater to me.